No Moon Arts, and today we are going to be making a card. Now this card is going to be a sliding or interacting sliding card, if this works okay. Obviously I've got the camera on, so anything could happen at this stage. So at the end of filming I will put these dimensions up so you can have a look and take a screenshot of them if you would like them, and we can go from there. So first of all, I've already cut all of my bits out to make this process go a little easier. I'm using the Couture Creations Earthly Delights collection. This is a really lovely collection of papers. I'm pretty stoked about it all at the moment. So we will have a go with all this. Look at this, it's gorgeous. So this is just the 6.5 by 6.5 paper pad that I'm using. When I made this, I did actually use the 12 by 12 ones, but you could do it also with the 6 by 6.5 and 6.5. Okay, so I've also got some contrasting colour. So that's this reddy colour. This was the green that I'd done the base out of. You can use whatever colours you would like. These were just what I had. And these are also part of the Earthly Delights collection. I'll just grab that so I can tell you exactly what that is. So, where did I put that? Over here. Okay, here it is. This is the Earthly Delights collection. These are A4 cardstock. They're 216 GSM, and they've got that little sort of linen look on them. Really lovely papers to work with. So today, for what we're going to do, I'll take all this centerpiece out. You don't need all of that just yet. I'll have a piece there. Okay, so we have a piece of our base cardstock, which is in this green, and it measures 5.5 inches by 9.34 inches, and we're going to score it, and we've scored it at 4.25 and 8.5, which gives us our little pocket here, which is what we're going to use to so our card will slide in and out of it. So another thing that I did with this is I got, where have I put my bone folder now? I know it's here. Here it is. So I've got my bone folder and I've just held onto it like such, and I've just pulled it down along the side, just making it a little bit like you do with curling ribbon, just so that it curls up a little bit. And we'll go into detail about that a little bit more. So we've got our base piece, as I said, which is 5.5 by 9.75, scored at 4.25 and at 8.5. So I've used my scoreboard and everything, and I've done that. The next piece we're going to cut is our contrasting card, which is the red, which I used, which is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then I've got a piece of the Earthly Delights, which is 4 inches by 5.25 inches. So let's get these together to start off with. So I'm actually going to use glue, but by all means, if you're not a glue person, you can by all means use tape. Tape's probably a bit quicker, but I have glue, so that's what I'm going to use. So this is the Couture Creations All-Purpose Art Glue. It's one of my favourite glues to use. It's got quite a strong hold, this glue, and you don't need a lot of it. Just going to take that off. I think that's a little blocked in there at the moment. It's not coming out very well. Okay, let's... I don't want my card coming apart, so I'm just going to put that on there. I'm going to centre this up over this card, so I just want a little peek of this red around the edge. So we're just creating our own mat basically. Okay, let's get on here properly first. Still needs to come this way just a little bit. Of course, it's not going to go right because I'm on camera today. There we go. And I'm just going to use my bone folder on that. Now, I have actually taken the embossing folder which is with this collection. It's Ferns, I believe. Let me have a quick look. It is, no, that's the stencil. The wrong one. This is the fern leaf, yeah. So this is a fern leaf stencil, and I've just run that through my Go Press and emboss machine, and I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. So my next job will be to adhere my front to the front of my card. And once again, we still want to leave just that tiny little slither of border around that's a lot of glue in one spot. I'm just going to use my finger, I think, and smear that a little bit. And once again, don't need a great heap of it. And I like to sort of put it down like this. Just making sure I get that little bit all the way around. Okay, that's good. Once again, I just use my bone folder and push that down. So there we've basically got the front of our cards. Now, I haven't decorated this in any way yet. We'll get to that a bit later on. So I'm just going to push that down there. Just want to crease that line a little bit. I was using this to make up my template earlier. So I've made a bit of a boo-boo in here, but yours will be better than this. So now we're going to work on the inside of our folder. So we've got a piece that measures 4 1/8 by 5, which is this bigger piece. And we've got a piece that measures 3 1/2 by 5. This one is scored at 1/4 inch on both long sides, and the 3 1/2 by 5 piece is scored at 1/4 inch on one of the long sides. So what we're going to do, and I will use glue for this as well because it's just a stronger hold, we're going to, let's just put that all the way up along there. Okay, so I'm going to go, so this is the front of our card. So I'm going to put the glue, I want to glue it, I want to center it and glue it just on the front side of the card, on the inside of the front. And I want it to be right up against that, just beside that fold line that we've got. So it closes all right there. Okay, so, and I'm just going to grab a couple of clips to hold that in place from while we work on the rest. And I've just sort of kind of centered that as best I could. Probably a little bit out with that, actually, come to think of it. I wonder whether I can move that along still. Yeah. So I'm just going to center that along a little bit better. Okay, that's better. Make sure I haven't gone over the line. No, that's good. Okay. So now I might just get some paper clips, actually. That might work the easiest. I'll grab my tub with paper clips in it. And I'm just going to paper clip this into place just so that gets a chance to dry. Okay, move that out of the way. Now this top piece is 3 1/2 by 5. I've scored it 1/4 inch on one of the long sides, and this has also been embossed with our fern embossing folder from the Earthly Delights collection. So we've also got this folded edge here, this 1/4 inch edge here. What we are going to do, I'm just going to grab this glue off here. I'm just going to pop it along here. We're actually going to glue them together on the other side. So I'm just going to put it on the other side here. So So I'm just going to glue these two edges to each other. So I'm just going to pull this up and I'm going to glue that to this edge. Let's rub that glue off my finger for a minute. Just pop that back in there. Sorry about my hand being away. I'm just popping this pin back in the bottle. Okay, so now we have this piece glued and we've got our back piece glued. Now that should slide in and out. See how that slides in and out of our card? So that's our slide mechanism done. So now we've got our top layer for this, which is our, I've also embossed this. This is our Earthly Delights paper collection. So this piece measures 2 5/8 by 4 3/4. So I'm just going to, I want to close this up, so, because I want to sort of center this onto the front of this card. So we'll just get a little bit of that embossing around the edge, and then we'll have the full embossed piece on the top. So, yep, that's about it, I think. Okay. So I'm just going to, once again, we'll use our oh, please come out. Okay, let's try that. Okay, that's better. And we're just going to put our my glue's not running properly at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's because it's getting low or what it is, but anyway, we will keep moving with it. Okay, once we get all this glue on, we'll be right. You could use, next time I think I might use a tape runner for this. I don't know what's going on here. Isn't it always Murphy's Law? You know, whenever you put the camera on, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Oh, there we go. Maybe we've got it now. Oops. Sorry, I've taken that out of shot. Okay, that'll have to be enough for this one. So I need to make sure that's closed so that I can see where to lay my piece, because we want it, it'll sit just in front of that. And I'll give it just a little bit around the edges. Okay, so I've got that little bit around the edges. And that's sitting lovely now. I'm just going to grab my bowling folder and just push that, oops, push that down a little bit. Okay. So that's still going to, okay. So next we're going to look at, so we might grab our, so we've got another piece that goes onto this flap here, onto our pocket, and we're going to do the same thing as we've done with the rest of it. I might just grab some tape because this glue is not working very well for me at the moment. So I'll just try the glue again. Okay, so we're just going to grab our glue, and this will be, this is also an embossed piece of the Earthly Delights collection. Oh, I reckon I must have a hard piece in here somewhere. Piece that's dried up. I don't know how, but anyway, so every now and again it just will not come out. So we've got our glue on our piece now, and I'm just going to line it up onto this front flap. Well, it won't be a flap by the time we finish. It'll be our pocket where our slide will go in and out. So just sort of centering that on there. Okay. So it just helps to bring our piece together, give it a bit of continuity. So that will slide in and out. Oh, that little bit there. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, so now we're going to glue down these side pieces. So I'm just going to grab a pencil. I know I had one here before. Here it is. I'm just going to mark it on this one just so that you can see. So this is the edge of this card. So I'm going to take it down there, and we're going to take it down here. So we do not want any glue going on this inside piece here. Otherwise it'll stop our mechanism from opening and closing. So we'll grab our glue. Look, you can use tape for this. I just don't have any really strong tape at the moment to use on it. I'm normally pretty good with the glue, so apart from today, because it doesn't seem to want to work very well at all. Okay, because we don't want too much on there, and we do not want it to be able to go into the other side. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. We're going to push that up. We're just going to push that down. Now I might just grab a couple of paper clips to hold that in place for the time being until that dries. We'll give that a few minutes to dry. I must be too far over. Let's push them over this way a bit. Grab some clips. These other clips might be better. Okay, let's grab these ones. Okay, 1, 2. And you'll see that how this piece sort of pops up a little bit. That's the whole idea of what we did when we... so that should now slide in and out nicely. So something else we need to do in this section is, so this is going to be the inside of our card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder right along that edge and just, just score down there. So that, and we'll help this go backwards so that our card opens up. That's good. Okay, so we have this 3 by 4 3/4 piece of card, white card, which is going to go on the inside here, but we might decorate it a little bit. Now I've been playing around with a couple of ideas this afternoon. Okay, and I'll just grab them. So I think on the haven't popped that one in yet. Just want that glue to dry a little bit first before I stick down that other one. So we might work on this insert. Now my idea was, so I've done some of these, I've die cut these little pots, which is, these are their Earthly Delights Stamp and Die decorative pots. So I've stamped them and I've die cut them. There's my other one. So now I've also, while I was die cutting today, I have gone through and, what was the name of that one? Just let me have a look. Let's go recent. Okay, that'll bring that up. What is the name of this one? I think it's the Sending Love Hot Foil and Stamp Set. That's where these have come from. So they have some sentiments, and they have some, what's the other thing? The little frames. So I've actually put the sentiment in, and then I've put the little frames around, and then I've die cut them. So what I've done here is I've got some little brads. I die cut this filigree tag. Now it doesn't have a brand. I brought it online. This was what the die looks like. I think I got it from Temu. Very pretty die. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a I've worked it out. Hello friend is what I'm going to put on here. So I've already poked some holes with a little piercing tool. Where is that here? So this is a prick piercing tool by Couture Creations, and I've just poked a hole through there with that, using that. So now I'm just going to grab these, and the reason I did that is because it'll make it easier for me to put these tiny little brads in. So these are little mini brads. These are in a silvery type colour, and I've got damn long nails at the moment, and it makes it really hard to put these things in. Okay, so I'm just going to poke that through the little hole that I pierced earlier. And hopefully, nope, a little bit of this will help. Because I can't see anything either at the moment. It's that time of the night. Okay, where is it? Okay, so I've just got my little craft blade. Yep, that's it. Now, split that open. I'm just going to push those two pieces open like that. Grab my next brad. Poke it through that hole, and then poke it through the other perforated hole that I've already made. Oops. Can't even hold on to it at the moment. Okay, so let's poke that through the hole, and off we go. So we're going to split this one open as well using the craft knife. It seems to be the easiest way at the moment. Okay, so we've got this lovely little sentiment to go onto the front of our card. So this I had planned on putting right across the front, and I was just going to glue that on, and I was going to use this one just down here, and just says have a great day. So we might do that now. Do I want another piece of red to back that onto? Just thinking out loud. Do I want a piece of red? I think I do. I think I want a piece of red. So let's glue this one down first. Actually, I might grab quick dry adhesive, Couture Creations quick dry adhesive, because we've got that brad underneath there, and I just know that it's great for when you've got any sort of metal or fabric. It's one of my favourite glues, this one. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down. I'm going to pop, oops, turn that over and pop it on here. Okay, and just centre that onto there. A little bit of glue come out, that's okay. Rub my hands together, make it come off. Okay, so that now by adding that red on the front with the green, we've now brought these colours back into focus on the front of our card. Now I think I'm going to cut a strip. Just grab my trimmer, which is here. Let's move this out the way. So this will be an extra instruction. So I'm going to cut this at maybe 1 inch. And I'll have to make that shorter, I'm sure of it. It fits right across there. Have a great day. I wonder if I put that through my die machine with one of the longer. Give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to pause for a minute. I'm just going to go get my dies, and then I'm going to... Okay, I'm back. I was just having a look. I was thinking about, because this is the same die that I used to cut out this, and I just wondered whether I should cut out a red backer to put in behind it, but I'm thinking I actually like having that bigger piece, but I still might pop some brads on it, and I might just trim one end very slightly because I just think it's just a tiny bit too long. So I'm just going to cut straight up there. That way we can centre that, and I'll just grab, I've got this little tiny little hole punch here. I'm just going to punch a hole in the end of this, like so. Wasn't very even, was it? Got my prick tool. I'm just going to move it off the card while I do this bit. So I'm going to line it up on my card. I'm trying to make that straight. Okay. Still needs to go that way a little bit. That's better. So I'm just going to hold that down like that. I'm just going to poke a little hole through here. There's one. Another little hole through this end. There's two. And I'm just going to grab my mini brads again. One in there. Let's grab this, my pokey tool again. Not my pokey tool, my craft knife again. Open that one up. And now we're going to put our other one in. Okay, let's get it through one first, then we'll look at the other. Okay, now this one. Yep. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs today. Okay. Can I drop it one more time? There we go. Okay, and into that. Come on, be nice. Go through there. There we go. Okay, it's in there now. Let's just open that up. Okay, what side have I got that set there? Okay, now we can pop it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of the, got them here. These are double-sided adhesive foam dots. They're 1 millimetre thick. Just going to open this up. I haven't used these foam dots before, but I've been looking forward to having a go with them. Let's grab this tool. Just going to take one of these dots off. Pop it on the back. I'm going to pop it right over the top of that brad. I might use 3 or 4 of these across here. 3, 2, 3, and one more, I think, just to make it really stable when we go and do it. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my pokey tool, and just, oh, come on. Here goes 1. Here goes 2, 3, and 4. I probably should have raised up the hello friend too. Okay, so now we have, hello friend, have a great day. Yeah, that's better. I do like that with a bit more dimension to it. Okay, now that we've done that, we can flip it open and we'll go back to working inside. So that mechanism is working really well. See how that card is now sliding? Okay, let's move them out the way. So now our card comes back. This is our piece we're going to put into here. But I'm wondering whether I should decorate it first. So where have I put all those pieces? So I've got these red pots that I have stamped and die cut. And I just thought it looked really cute. Now I'm wondering whether I should put I thought just a note I would put on the bottom here, so it looks like the pots have got something to sit on. Just a note. I thought I would put in there, and I'd probably continue with the theme of the brads right the way through. So I might put another hole in the end of this one. Okay, that's good. I'll pull these off for a minute. We're just going to put that in there. So we want to leave room for people to be able to write on the card in this bit as well. So we'll just poke out the tool through there. Oops, let's put it back in place. Goes there like that. Hold this in place and poke. Bit of brad here. Put this one in first this time. Poke it through the hole. Let's get this and split our brad open. Okay, and one more little fella. Whoops, there we go. Okay, that's the center. If you guys could actually see the faces I was pulling, trying to get that in. The things we do. I think I would bite my tongue and had it hanging out my mouth, and now you know why I don't have my camera on facing me. Okay, let's spin that around that way. Yep, that's good. Just spin it that way a little bit. Okay, just a note. And now do we want to put these? I think we might put some little, not that one, I like this one. So I'm going to put a couple of these foam dots on here. 1, 2, and one on this one. These are actually really nice to use, these little round foam dots. Makes my life a lot easier rather than the ones that I've been using, which I tear off. It's like a foam tape, a double-sided foam tape. I like these dots much better. Now, there is an ephemera pack that comes with these Earthly Delights, and I do have it. I had been playing around with putting some of the bits of ephemera in, but I think I actually like it better just like this. So I'm wanting to make sure it sits in the card. So this also continues our red and green theme from the front of the card through to the centre of the card, as well as on the top. So let's put our little, oh, that's a bit cute. And like, I mean, if you do any sort of, what do they call it, calligraphy type writing, you could write something. I don't. My handwriting is pretty ordinary. So I've taken off the things here, the clips off the side of here now. So you can see now that this actually folds in and out of there very nicely. That's why we needed to use our bone folder to crease this bit up a little bit, and see how that just sort of sits up just that tiny bit. But that now allows our card just to open and close. So that'll come back here, and we'll glue down our the dreaded glue. We'll glue down our piece again. So I'm not going to raise this because people will want to be able to write on it. So I'm just going to grab my quick dry glue because it's right here, and I left the lid off it because I'm silly sometimes. Okay, let's do that. And because we've got metal brads at the back as well, so which are sort of down close to the edges where we want to glue, just put a bit of glue over them, bring it around. Don't need anything too much, just a little bit. I'll close that straight away now. No, I won't, apparently. Okay, now I'm going to put this piece down. I just thought this was a bit of a feel-good type of card. You know, if you've got a friend who's not been doing so well, just nice to send them a note and let them know that you're thinking of them. So our card now opens and closes on the inside, and it also, got that bit, I just have to pull that out a little bit. There we go. And now our card opens and closes. So that's all I have for you tonight. I'm hoping you enjoyed this. I'm going to be going live probably on Facebook and on YouTube. What's today? Today is Thursday. Probably, actually no, I'll have to do that over on YouTube, on Facebook, because if I tell you now, this won't be, I'm not sure when this one's going up. I will do a live. I might have to do a broadcast where I tell everybody what day I'm going to go live, and then do a live and see what happens. I hope you've enjoyed this card. I really enjoyed making it. I think it would fit in a fairly standard size envelope. The card base is probably a little bit larger than normal size cards, but I think this turned out really beautiful. And I like the fact that it's interactive, that it moves. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Have a great day, great night, great evening, whatever it may be where you are. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care. Bye.
Wow.